This Week in Gaming! Welcome in, everybody. It is June 1st, 2026. Happy Pride Month. We're in June now. Holy cow. It's like, is that summer? When does summer start? When does summer start? June 21st. We got 20 days until summer is officially here. It feels like summer, man. It's getting hot out there. When I'm off stream, you can't see, I'm actually naked from the waist down. I'm actually got my balls and butt out. I'm like Winnie the Pooh up in here. It's so hot. I'm kidding. I'm wearing pajama pants underneath this, but I'm wearing a Dr. Pepper shirt and some checkered pajama pants. Heck yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. Well, let's stop talking about the sick fit I'm wearing. Bro got us excited for nothing. We have our cerveza cristal. No, it's not that. We got the massive gravity. This is a massive death sentence, more like it's 10% ABV. There was one stream where I drank 8 of them on stream I think I streamed for 12 hours, and I don't remember 6 of those hours, so it can mess you up. Moving on to our wins and fails for the week. We got Brick Burglar, continued content, double delay, extra expansion, and failed frames. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this. Let's go into our first fail, going to Bricks and Minifigs theft. A Bricks and Minifigs location in Kaiser, Oregon has landed in massive controversy and conspiracy after they stole roughly $200,000 of Lego from an elderly man. YouTuber Reckless Ben made it his mission to get their money back, successfully suing the company in small claims court, which resulted in the business closing and the owners running with the money to Utah. From there, they weaponized the police to stop Ben from serving them further papers to retrieve their money back. This has opened up a massive case of police misconduct, as Bricks and Minifigs, their owner is part of the same Mormon cult as the American Forks, Utah Police Department. So it turns out they're all like buddy, and they all are part of the same cult. So they like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, I let you steal $200,000 worth of stuff. And then I will SWAT and intimidate people for you. It's actually insane. The police refused to give the legal paperwork to the people that they were trying to serve. They searched their vehicle for 2 hours looking for heroin. They issued a raid on the Airbnb that they were staying at, on the guys that they had stolen Lego, which is a joke because it's the complete opposite of what's going on here. The other people stole their Lego. It's actually insane. I highly recommend you check out Reckless Ben on YouTube if you want to learn more about this. It's like hours and hours of stuff. It will actually make you seethe with rage when you figure out what's going on here. It's actually disgusting and terrifying. The police are genuinely weaponized and harassing this guy. Every single lawyer, there's a lot of YouTube lawyers nowadays. Every single one of their videos I've seen have been talking about how they hope that this guy sues them because they have such a strong case. It's actually insane. If he were to go federal with this, he could sue the American Forks PD for millions of dollars. It's actually insane. And it's disgusting. It's gross. I'm a big supporter of police. I think police are extremely important. I think that they do a job that I would never really want to do. I think it's scary. I think they put their lives on the line, and I appreciate that about them. But at the same time, when you see such blatant police corruption like this, it's sickening. It's just sickening, and it makes my blood boil to see. Like it radicalizes me so much, I swear. Here you can see the logo that Ben made. He made a company called We Steal From Old People, and then he used the Bricks and Minifigs logo on top, but that's his tagline, I guess. His tagline is Bricks and Minifigs, but the company's called We Steal From Old People, and he's selling like merch and stuff, and he's trying to get Bricks and Minifigs to engage with him legally because they keep running. So he's just trying to like pin them in a corner. He's been putting up signs outside of the CEO's house and stuff saying like, "Hey, I'm a thief," and stuff like that. The police then arrested him for stalking, which is crazy, first of all, because as Critical pointed out, because Critical has been signal boosting this a lot, Critical pointed out that police would never give this much effort into any other stalking case, right? It's so true. Like, I've seen women get stalked so consistently, and police do nothing. They're like, yeah, we can't do anything until he does something. What? Are we so for real? Like, police wait until women are literally dead and buried in the ground before they go, maybe we should investigate the guy who was outside of her window posting bloody notes on her wall and following her and calling her 500 times a day. Maybe we should investigate that guy. I think he might have something to do with her murder. So it actually is insane. And then they have a literal SWAT team sent after this guy because he's posting memes about this guy and trying to sue him, which is his legal right, by the way. Actually insane. Complete L to Bricks and Minifigs. I hope this company genuinely burns and falls apart. I hope the worst for them. I'm not calling for any violence, obviously. I'm not saying people should actually burn. I mean, like, figuratively, I hope their corporation falls apart. American Forks Police Department, I think all these people should be let go. I think that they need to not have radical Mormons running in the police. I think that's terrifying. I think that's actually so terrifying. Could you imagine if it was like, I mean, a lot of people don't like Israel right now, so let's use the Jews as a scapegoat. Could you imagine if there was a town that was completely ran by Jews, and it was like, if you were like Christian or Islam or Buddhist or any other religion, they would stop you and they would like be like, all right, sir, all right, you Christian, we gotta search your vehicle for 4 hours, make sure that you don't have any drugs, and I'm not like picking on anybody. I don't think Jews do this, but I'm just saying, like, could you imagine any group of people serving only that group of people using the police? I think that's disgusting. And it doesn't have to be religion. It could be like race. It could be like ethnicity or culture. Anything that divides people. Maybe it's politics. Could you imagine being stopped and frisked and having your house swatted because you voted wrong last election? Like, this is disgusting, and I think the federal government needs to step in and do something about the American Forks, Utah Police Department. They took down their website. That was funny. I saw that they took down their website because people were harassing them for their blatant corruption. Also, it was crazy too. Sorry, we'll move on and talk about this too much. But I also saw that what was it? They have reviews. I guess police departments have reviews online, Google reviews, and Google's been doing really well by trying to block out, like, you can't see any reviews for like the last 17 days since this started because it's just been getting review bombed. So it still has like a 4-star rating, but you can see the top 1 stars showing up. There's like people talking about, and I don't want to say this word, but there's like people being sexually assaulted, like not just assaulted, like actually fully like child abuse stories. People like, hey, I was abused as a child by this person, I know who it is, I came forward and they decided not to investigate it. And it's like actually disgusting stuff, like beyond just this instance, that there are a lot of people who complain about like genuine police misconduct, and it's terrifying. So hopefully this leads to like a federal investigation or something, because these people need to be stopped. It's actually disgusting. Moving on. I told you it was a conspiracy. It's a whole rabbit hole over Lego, by the way. Anyways, moving on to a win. Let's cleanse our palate a little bit. Let's crack open a brewski and cleanse that palate. Oh my goodness, I just got it everywhere. Hang on, let me get it. Oh wait, I have a towel. I have a towel not because I was jerking off, but because I was eating a watermelon in bed. I think that's worse. Actually, no, I was jerking off. Moving on to our win.
I've seen things things before. Left the sun and moon behind. Galaxies waiting to be found.
This is so sick.
Planets rich in resources.
They're bringing back the portal gun. Why is this so cozy?
Treasures unknown.
Oh, here comes the frigate. Dude, they need to add side guns to the frigate so you can have your friends man like battle stations. Oh, it'd be so cool.
A universe you wouldn't believe.
They're called corvettes, right? Those big ships, they're so fun to fly, but you gotta add some side guns for your friends. You just do. Make it like a Star Citizen. Sheesh! Dude, No Man's Sky might be one of the greatest games ever made. They also had the Xeno Arena update that I didn't even talk about. And then, oh my gosh, let's move on. A No Man's Sky Swarm. Hello Games has blessed fans with yet another free update. This limited time campaign will place players into 3 teams that will engage in a galactic war against a mysterious threat known as the Swarm. While many have gotten, while we have gotten many updates for this game, none have been live events like this. It would be very interesting to see more updates that simulate wars in No Man's Sky's vast universes. And you heard that right, universes plural. There's actually multiple universes in this game, with their own ecosystems and planets. It's actually insane. I think I've only seen 4 or 5 of the universes so far. There's so many of them. It's actually really difficult to see everything in No Man's Sky. It's an awesome game. Also, sorry, burp. There's a new armor set you can get as part of this update, as seen here. It looks fucking sick. I really look forward to getting. I'm gonna be playing this for sure. No Man's Sky is probably one of my favorite games. I famously pre-ordered it, and I am so glad that I did because it turned out to be such a good choice. You know, it sucked at first, but now it's really good. And plus, because I did that, I get a free ship every single new expedition that starts. I get a starter ship that has a hyperdrive in it. And then I also get a special name tag that says first iteration. So it says Zen first iteration, which is something you can only get if you were a pre-order player. I've only seen 1 other person, maybe 2 other people with it. It's cool. Every time a new expedition starts, I feel like such a badass, you know, starting, you know, the expedition, and because that's where it's like this big multiplayer event. So you see all the other players. So they just see like this cool, mysterious guy walk up, and you can tell he's like an OG. I don't know. I feel like my character has a lore because of it. Anyways, it'd be like playing WoW and having an extremely rare title that's like the first spawn or something like that, like that you could only get if you played WoW. And like it's like having the party hat from RuneScape. That's what it's like. That's actually the perfect example. Something that you could only get if you played in like the first year of its release. Anyways, moving on. I thought this was I should actually talk about what this update does a little bit. It's like a big galactic war, kind of the same thing as Pokemon Go, it seems. There's going to be different teams. People aren't going to be fighting each other. They're fighting this thing called the Swarm, which is, you kind of saw a little bit of it. It's like these weird ships in the background. You're going to be fighting those guys. And then each team is trying to further their own goals in this war. And only one team can win. And they're going to, I guess, decide the fate of how this ends. It will be very cool. And hopefully it goes well. I'm excited. I want to learn more. I want to check it out, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Going to our next fail, it goes to Fable being delayed to 2027. Fable has once again been delayed, this time for February 2027. Their reason being concern about other Xbox releases as well as GTA 6 overshadowing the game. It isn't clear if the game needs more time being developed or if it's finished now, but this could be an excuse to give devs a little bit more time. Nonetheless, it is a bit silly at this point how many times Fable has been delayed, almost as much as GTA 6, the game that supposedly caused them to delay as well. It's like a good domino effect. GTA delays, other games delay. I don't know. Imagine if GTA delays to February 2027, they have to move it again. That would be funny. I do worry. I'm releasing my game in the same year as GTA 6. That's fucking crazy. At least I'm not releasing my game the same year as Fable. I was actually thinking about that a lot. I was like, dude, Fable's gonna come out the same year my game does. And my game was like heavily inspired by the OG Fables. It would be really funny. So my game's launching in early access. It's not gonna be as feature rich as their Fable is gonna launch as. But by the time Fable comes out in February, what if my game is like more competent? You know, it's not now. Don't get me wrong. It's still missing a lot of features that I want to add, like shops and stuff, and more like more jobs that you can do. But there is a world where Fable comes out and people joke about how there's an indie game made by one guy that's better. You know what I mean? There is that universe. And I hope that's the one. I hope that's the timeline I live in. I don't even care if it's like 100,000 people, 1 million people that recognize that. I would be happy if just one guy in the world was like, I don't know what it is, but this guy made a game that's better than Fable, and I don't know. I think for me, the game I'm making is for Fable fans. I would say, and I always say this game is like inspired mostly by The Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Fable. Those two games are like, I would say like Fable 2 and Oblivion that was like the greatest era of gaming ever. And I've kind of like held on to that, and like that's the kind of vibe I'm going for with my game. It's just this like really inspired aspirational game where I try to do something new, you know? Try to push the RPG genre into a direction of like of depth, you know? Every RPG, like, it feels like they don't imagine all the things that players want to do with the game, and they don't put it in. I want my game to be that kind of game where you're like, I can't believe the dev thought of that. You know? Anyways, let's stop talking about my game comes out in 5 days. That's why I'm like thinking about it so much. Here's the X post, the tweet, whatever you want to call it, from Xbox. The Xbox's X post. This is wait, do they have a spelling? Is this a spelling mistake, or am I not able to read? This is year is packed with, dude. Dude, you're a multi-billion dollar company. Get a guy who knows how to fucking read. This year is packed with incredible games for Xbox players to enjoy, from Halo Combat Evolved, Gears of War E-Day, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. Modern Warfare 4? I don't even know that was coming out. Okay. Control Resonant, Star Wars Galactic Racer, and GTA 6. In order to plan our game launches through the holidays in a way that works best for players, we're moving Fable to February 2027 so it can have the dedicated moment it deserves. We're excited to be giving players giving players a major new look at Fable, as well as our new broader lineup at Xbox Game Showcase June 7th. So next week, we'll have some stuff to talk about. That'll be interesting. Anyways, that's all we had about that. I just thought that was kind of funny, kind of a big L, not gonna lie. It's weird too that they were like, let's clear the way, you know, we don't need Fable to be, you know, overshadowed by the likes of Minecraft Dungeons 2 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 42. Modern Warfare 372. Like, is anyone really excited about this game? I don't even know it was coming out. I can't tell you the last time I played a Call of Duty game, and I certainly don't see myself picking up Modern Warfare 4. Oh shit, what the fuck? Hello? Well, I just spoiled the entire thing. What the fuck happened there? Oh, my mouse wheel unlocked. That's what happened. My bad. My bad. My mouse wheel unlocked. It just started spinning. All right. You can go ahead and pause that if you want to just spoil the entire episode, or you can just close your eyes and put your fingers in your ears and go la 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 la. Our next win goes to the new Witcher 3 expansion. A new expansion for The Witcher 3 is coming 12 years after release. Songs of the Past will be the game's third expansion, with the previous two being praised for their large amounts of content, and even one of them, Blood and Wine, won the Game Awards Best RPG of 2016, despite it being a DLC, which is crazy, because The Witcher 3 won Best RPG of 2015, and then their DLC, Blood and Wine, won Best RPG of 2016. It was so good that it won 2 Game of the Year awards just because of its DLC. Can you even imagine that? That's crazy. Blood and Wine was really, really good though. It was a fantastic DLC. It felt like the end of Geralt's journey. I thought it wrapped really well. But we will see. This will be co-developed with Fool's Theory and a team of Witcher veterans. If this is anything like past expansions, it'll be amazing. Be an amazing new experience for the franchise. Imagine if it beats Fable for Game of the Year 2027, which is the year it's expected to come out. Could you imagine if Fable loses RPG Game of the Year to a DLC to a game that came out 12 years ago? Can you imagine that? I can. I think there is a world where that happens. I really do. And I'm here for it. I'm excited. I think that's hilarious. Anyways, I'm excited for this. I love The Witcher. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I'm sure I'm not alone. I mean, The Witcher 3 is probably one of the best games, highest reviewed games. Here, let me just show you. Let me just show you what the reviews look like on Witcher 3. Wild Hunt on Steam. It's actually insane. Yep, I was born in 1984. All right. Dude, I want to show you the reviews for one reason. Wait, really? These are so low hours, 600 hours? Back in the day, and maybe it's just because they don't show up as much anymore, but I used to see reviews that had like 50,000 hours on them. Here's 2,000, 2,800 hours. I saw someone who had they had 2,000 hours. Yeah, like this. 2,000 hours, and they're just like, great game. If you want to escape reality and relax and enjoy another world, go roam in the world of The Witcher. This guy has 2,128 hours in this game. I've seen someone with 10,000 hours, and they just said good game for their review, and that was the top rated for a while. But yeah, if you notice, most people have so many hours. Most people have over 200 hours. This guy has 1,300. I'm back, but I need to go immediately. F. Oh, hey, welcome in, Stefan. I didn't know you were here too. I have work. F. Yeah, give him an F. How many hours do I have in this game? I have 189 hours in The Witcher 3. It's a good game. I need to play it again. I was going through another playthrough where I was trying to get every single achievement, or not every, I was trying to get every single quest finished, and I accidentally missed one. I failed a quest, so I got really mad and I didn't play it anymore. I tried to complete every single quest in the game. Anyways, moving on to our next fail, going to Broken Helldivers 2 update. Arrowhead finally added DLSS and FSR to Helldivers. However, it has come with some issues. PC players are reporting shimmering, blurry images and aliasing when enabling the feature. Some users have also reported major graphical issues, with the game looking like Bloom was dialed to 1,000,000. This is all part of the studio's push to further improve performance, and will likely require them to go back to the drawing board with this one. Here's an image that you can see. There's a lot of aliasing. You can see it right here in the, you can see it right here in the grate. It's not looking too great. I didn't even actually mean to do that pun. You can see it up here, and then the edges look really blurry. There's a picture of it with it off, but I couldn't fit it into the slide. The real issue is this right here. This is what some users are reporting the game looks like when turning it on. Kind of bad. I mean, it's not the worst, but I mean, this is the worst, but this isn't the worst. I mean, it just makes the game look like it was smeared by Vaseline, smeared with Vaseline. This is one of the worst implementations of DLSS that I've seen. So it could certainly be better, but I think a lot of people just won't care. Like your console gamers who are now getting double FPS, they don't give a shit. You know what I mean? LCD panel bloom, more like LSD panel bloom. There you go. Yeah, so kind of a fail on Helldiver's part, but they're trying, they're doing their best. Anyways, moving on to the Steam Deck coming back. He leaves. The Steam Deck is finally back. However, it comes with a massively increased price, increased cost, rather. There are two models, with the 512 gigabyte one going from $549 to $789, and the 1 terabyte model increasing from $649 to $949. Holy cow. $649 sounds like a fucking steal now. Oh, I wish I picked one up earlier. I already have one, but I don't have an OLED display. It appears the renaissance of cheap handhelds is officially dead due to the ongoing component shortages. This has to do with the broader AI RAM crisis we've been seeing. I suspect this price increase will be a probe to see how much gamers are willing to splurge ahead of the Steam Machine launch. It is also yet to be seen if prices will come down when parts do as well. This is a huge issue for them. It's been a huge issue. They haven't been able to replenish the stocks. Yeah, I know, cringe, right? What I remember what I said about the Steam box being closer to 1,500. Y'all said ain't no way. Yeah, that was before the RAM crisis, though, right? We still had like reasonable prices in our minds. Like some people were saying it should be like $600. I remember that. You did predict it. You definitely did. And I wonder, like, if tomorrow, and I know this won't happen, but like let's say the prices come down and like things go back to normal, will they lower the price on this or no? I mean, it's a good question. I don't like, is it going to be like this forever? It could be, especially because when companies do things like this, when they restock, it's because they have tons of inventory, so they'd have to sell all the inventory that they bought at inflated prices to even bring it back down. Companies have a real hard time lowering prices, right? Yeah, so it's easy for them to raise prices, much harder for them to lower them. So I don't actually see this coming back down. I could see maybe the next generation of Steam Deck being released in an economy that's better and it being cheaper than this one. I could see that happening, but we can cope. Yeah, I don't see this price ever coming back down. But apparently, and I've heard rumors, it was still in stock when I looked. You can still see the buy now button right here. Apparently it's been selling out. I hear that it's been selling very well despite the increased price. I mean, the 1 terabyte model is literally $300 more expensive, nearly $1,000. But people are still buying it, so I guess that's something. I have a hard time wrapping my head around it. I had a hard time wrapping my head around a $650 price. I think I spent $500 on mine. I got the 512 gigabyte LED display before there even was an OLED, and I can't imagine spending $1,000 on my Steam machine, or my Steam Deck. I love mine. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not worth it. If people pay $1,000 or $100 a pack of new Pokemon packs, they'll pay $1,000 for this. That is true. That is a good point. People are stupid with their money. It's crazy. People are crazy in this economy. Yeah. I shouldn't be talking though. I spent like $300 on Chocobo bundles alone last year. Those things were like $150 a piece, and I bought 2 of them. but I got some cool stuff. Oh, shot. Sorry, that was probably very loud. I got some sick shit over here. You know, I may have spent $300 on Chocobo bundles, but this card alone, this Vivi Orniter card, is like $230. And I got a bunch of cool lands. They're all shiny and yeah. No one cares. Anyways, damn, now I know what to yoink when I come over. He's like, all right, where are all the expensive cards at? To continue this story, Tim Sweeney hits back at Gabe. Epic CEO Tim Slimy wasted no time taking a cheap shot at Gaben as a response to the Steam Deck price increase, saying, economic trends have created severe disruptions in the component parts supply chain for mega yachts. This is after Tim had fired over 1,000 employees and was heavily criticized by Valve employees, creating a one-sided beef between the two billionaires. Users on X were quick to point out the irony with a community note. So here we have, I'll just move out of the way. Tim Sweeney reposted this post from whoever the fuck Pirate Nation is. They said, this might be the biggest Valve L in years. Steam machines were supposed to be affordable console alternatives, not premium PCs. If the Steam machine launches at $1,500, I don't think many people will buy it. It's wild that a PS5 Pro is cheaper than a 1TB OLED version. Valve pricing has completely lost the plot. It's like, yeah, I mean, we're talking about like a mega corporate, like PlayStation has a much more robust hardware supply than a company like Valve. Valve's not a hardware company. So it doesn't surprise me that they're having a harder time competing with lower priced consoles. And it's also because a lot of them have mass amounts of stocks that they're still getting through that they had accumulated while component parts were cheap. I'm not even like that surprised by the price increase. It was either they increased the price or they just never like they keep the console out of stock. Like that was Valve's two options. Anyways, Tim Sweeney, he reposted this. He says, everyone's being too harsh here. There's been a significant rise in cost of components that Steam customers spending ultimately funds, and economic trends have created severe disruptions in the component parts supply chain for mega yachts. He's basically saying that it's really expensive to own a mega yacht now, and Gaben needs more Steam users to fund his mega yacht. Basically throwing shade at him, which is actually just diabolical coming from this fucker. And here it says, readers added context they thought people might want to know. And he says he's clearly mocking the management decision of Valve about price increases of the Steam Deck to gain engagement, while Epic Games under his leadership has faced repeated mismanagements, major layoffs, almost 830 staff in 2023, and over 1,000 more in March 2026. That's the guy who wants to talk shit about, like when's the last time a Valve employee's been fired? When was the last time we had a Valve layoff? I mean, he's talking shit about them rising the price of consoles in a space where RAM costs almost as much as, like, if I wanted to get a 128 gigabyte kit of RAM, it would probably cost about as much as the Steam Deck does. So him trying to compare his situation to what Valve is doing is actually insane. For him to take the high road here is fucking crazy after he fired almost 2,000 people in the last 2 years. Tips Fedora. I bet his little sweaty Reddit mod hands were shaking when he typed that message to Gabe. Bro is salty that Steam Store clears Epic Store. That is so funny. Yeah, dude, he's clearly got beef with Valve, and it's kind of cringe, don't you think? Like, this guy's a billionaire, right? Didn't he fire someone with chronic or like what's the word? Not turbulent. What's the word when you're like, when you have super cancer and you're like about to die in like 2 days? He fired someone who was literally on death's door, took away their health insurance. Stage 4. There's a word for it. I think it starts with like a T, like not turbulent cancer, but yeah, it's like the dude was fucked. And he fired an employee that was literally going to die from cancer. He took away their life insurance and their health insurance. It's like, dude, what are we doing here? And this is the guy who's like, it's fucked up that Valve increased the price of their hardware. It's like, dude, Valve doesn't fire people though, you know what I mean? And like, you don't have to buy a Steam Deck. Like, yeah, it sucks, but like Valve's thing isn't that selling Steam Decks. That's like a really small part of their business. Valve sells like they have one of the most friendly and like small business focused platforms in history. Like, never has a game developer had so much freedom as what Steam has allowed. My girlfriend actually asked me recently, this is super tangent here, but my girlfriend was asking me this. She was like, so how do you publish a game? Like, do you have to go through like a company and like I'm like, okay, so what you're talking about is a publisher. She's like, yeah, do you like, how much does it cost to do that? I'm like, costs nothing. It costs $100 to post a game on Steam. And she's like, well, how does that work? Is there like, do you have to like register it, and like, do you have to like, I'm like, no, you just like make a game, you pay your $100 entry fee, and you get it posted. It's extremely easy. Anybody can do it. And she's like, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, it's not like past generations where you have to go through and spend $100 million getting a publisher deal with like Xbox or something. Like, now you can just make a game and get it up there and have people play it. And I think that's a big change. Like, I mean, when it comes to like artistic freedom, things like Spotify, things like Steam, things like the app stores. App stores are a little bit more predatory, but you know, you get what I mean. And what else is there? Like, even the movie industry is having some like smaller labels that it's still really expensive to make a movie. It's really difficult. But I have seen like smaller indie creators thriving in that space too. Power of the internet, we don't need to distribute physical copies anymore. Exactly. Our generation has a very unique opportunity in that we can just make things and put it out there, and it can find an audience. And Valve is a big reason for that. I mean, like, of course, now Epic Games exists, and like a lot of other studios, like Xbox is trying to make it easier for indie developers to publish on their platform, as well as even Sony and Nintendo. But Valve really spearheaded this idea that hey, I can make a game, I can partner with like Valve. Like, when they did the Steam Greenlight system, like, or the Greenlight, what was it called? Program or whatever, where you could have communities vote for games that should be greenlit. That was where everything changed, and Valve was early to that. So I don't know. For Tim Sweeney to just talk shit about them is just crazy in his position. Anyways, I don't need to beat this dead horse anymore. I was just so shocked by this. Moving on to Destiny 3 and their petition. Over 300,000 Destiny fans have signed a petition for Sony to develop Destiny 3. This comes after the announcement from Bungie that they will no longer be working on Destiny, and instead will be working on Marathon, a game that has a fraction of the player base and no real direction to go. It is unlikely that a Change.org petition will do anything, but it shows the underlying problem that Bungie is focusing on the wrong game. I mean, look at this, 322,000 people. How many, Destiny 3 petition? I wonder if it's gotten more. Yeah, not too many more since yesterday, 329,000. Yeah, that's embarrassing. It's just it's so sad that they're clearly focusing on the wrong product and like not listening to what people want. I've been seeing a lot of fans too from the Destiny 3 side. The Greenlight came out in 2012. Feels old, man. I used to want to be a greenlit game so badly. And then it's kind of gone, so like now anyone can post. I like that you can do that. I almost wish that Greenlight still existed though, so I could run the gauntlet. Like I almost want to be validated right before I get my game on Steam, like by the community. And you also get the added benefit of people you gain an audience in doing so, right? You also see people, like, I remember greenlighting games all the time on Steam. Like, I would add things to my wish list. I'd be like, this looks so cool. I think one of the games I greenlit was like, wasn't it like Rust or something? Man, I think it was like a big game. Or no, I think it was like 7 Days to Die, I think was on Steam Greenlight. Something like that. I can't remember what it was. It was like a really big game that like is a huge game now. But I remember like being so hype about it, like adding it to my wish list and greenlighting it, and like it greenlit so quick. But yeah, stuff like that was like really cool. Like I liked Greenlight. I almost feel like they should keep the system where like anyone can post, but they should keep like the Greenlight kind of thing where it's like, I don't know. I think it's really good for generating hype and like getting eyeballs on things. I don't know. Anyways, back to the Destiny 3 petition. I think that this is a it just shows the wrong direction that Bungie's going in. Nobody really wants Marathon. They want Destiny. Destiny has millions and millions of people that play that game, or have played that game, and they could come back. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't played Destiny in years, but if Destiny 3 came out or they had a big, good expansion, I would probably pick it up. The last few expansions have been dog shit. That's why I haven't played it. And they also sunlit all the stuff that I liked. You know, those kind of decisions are what keep me from the game. But if they were to revert, like, I like Destiny. I genuinely do like Destiny. I don't like Marathon. There are so many people like me that would come back and play a good Destiny, like Reincarnation or update, or even Destiny 3. Like, there's a massive fan base there. There's like 60,000 people that care about Marathon. Like, they're not gonna find success in pouring all their resources into it. Surely the petition is for Sony to develop it, not Bungie. Yeah, that's a great question. I was actually wondering that myself. Some people think that Sony is the reason that Destiny 3 isn't happening. They're trying to force Bungie to work on Marathon, and that might be true, because I think they gave them $250 million to make Marathon. And it's like, yeah, I would want a return on investment there too. But I think the reality is, and they're not willing to accept this, is Marathon is a lost cause. You got to give it up. That's negative $250. Like, I hate to say it, like, you're in the hole, and the more you try to dig out, the more you're gonna dig deeper. Like, that's where they are with Marathon. Like, they're not coming back from this. Like, I'm very firm in my belief that they won't come back. The only thing that they could do is to just make it Destiny. That's the only thing that would make it like palatable to people. Like, add extreme PvE elements, maybe a story and campaign, that kind of thing. And I don't think they have the resources to do that, and I don't think it would be worth it for them. I don't see them coming back with Marathon. They have to go the Destiny 3 route, or just fix Destiny 2. Sony spent $400 million on Concord. That's a good point. That is crazy. I've seen a lot of conspiracies as well. People think that Destiny 3 is still happening despite the layoffs and their announcement that it's not happening. Lasted like 2 days. Yeah, that's because genuinely no one played it. Like, at least somebody played Marathon. Nobody played Concord. I didn't even know it existed until after it was gone. A lot of people think that because I think one of the devs posted like a dragon with 3 heads for 5 minutes on their Twitter as their background. They think that Destiny 3 is happening. It's actually like really sad to see. It's some of the biggest copium that I've ever seen from a fan base. Remember when the Stranger Things finale came out, and everyone thought that there was a secret episode that was going to come out like 2 weeks later because the finale was so bad? It's the same thing here. People are unable to admit that it's not going to happen. So I think that's sad to see. I wish people would come and meet reality once again, but Destiny 3, I don't think it's happening unless Marathon succeeds, and I don't think Marathon's going to succeed, and I think Bungie's going to get insolvent. They're going to get eaten up by Sony, and then they're going to just have a new studio work on maybe Destiny 3, 10 years from now. I think it's going to go into the void for a little while. That's what I think will happen. Anyways, moving on to our next story. Star Citizen has hit $1 billion. Star Citizen has officially gathered over $1 billion in funding from players despite still not having a release date. They have hit every funding stretch goal, with their last one being at $65 million. Which begs the question, how much will be enough? It seems like there is no limit for the amount of funding they are looking for, and it remains uncertain if this game will ever officially be considered finished. There's $1,012 million in funding. That's so insane. And And keep in mind, their largest goal, their largest stretch goal was literally $65 million. They never expected to get more money than that, yet they're still trying to gain more money and trying to continuously produce. Like when are you gonna finish it? This might be the most expensive funding ever for any game. This is like GTA cost maybe about as much, if not less. There's a lot of theories that GTA 6 may be the first $1 billion produced game. Well, they've already been surpassed by Star Citizen, which has already earned $1 billion for funding. People that support their business model are coping just as much as Destiny 3. Yeah, it is a little bit crazy. It's in a weird space though, because Star Citizen is legitimately fun. It is a very fun game to play. It's very beautiful. It's probably one of the most gorgeous games I've ever seen. And it's massive, and it is real. It's a real game that you can play right now. So it's kind of weird. Destiny 3 is not a real game, and it might not ever be a real game. I think Star Citizen could tie a bow on it now and just say it's done. They just don't. They keep trying to add new shit to it, and they keep making it more and more janky. Like just fix all the bugs, put a bow on it, and release it. That's all they got to do. But they don't. It's like so buggy. Like that's the problem with Destiny or Star Citizen. Feels like a game made by artists, and like no one there knows how to code. Hey, do you have a hot wire? Wait, hey, how do you hotwire a coffee machine? Asking for a friend. Welcome in, Sticky Man. Hope you're doing well. What are you talking about? Hotwire a coffee machine? Like, what? Do you need a key to start it? What the heck? Anyways, that's the story of Star Citizen getting $1 billion. I'm sure they'll hit $2 billion and the game will still be in early access or with no release date or whatever they call it. It'll still be in development. Moving on to our final slide for our community time. Our message is learn the proper risks to take. And then our quote is, between calculated risks and reckless decision making lies the dividing line between profit and loss. And I think that's true. You kind of by Charles Doug. I don't know who that is, but I liked the quote. I wanted to talk about this because there seems to be a lot of risk taking going on lately, and some of it's good, some of it's bad. Bungie's making a massive. I think they're making a reckless decision by pouring all their resources into Marathon. And I don't even know if they necessarily have the agency to not do that. I think Sony's making them do it. And that's just not a good choice. It's going to end terribly for the studio. Might even be the end of their studio as a whole. And then you have other calculated risks, like making a DLC for a game that came out 12 years ago with The Witcher 3. And I think that will be a potentially really profitable and smart risk to take. Or the risk in deciding to delay Fable again. I think that's less of a risk. I think that's probably not releasing a game is less risky. Like me releasing my game in 5 days is more risky than me releasing it in 5 months, because you always get more time. Star Citizen is an amazing example of how to scope creep and be slow at making your game, so you have to remake half the content and fix breaking changes due to the engine porting for the third time. Yeah, it's honestly kind of annoying. Like I keep saying, just keep what they have now and just fix it. Just iron out the issues and it'll be a great game. But they just don't do that. They're like, well, we wanted to add volumetric clouds. It's like, okay, cool. All right, sick. I honestly don't see the difference, but good for you. Good for you. God dang it. But yeah, that's all we have for our gaming news this week. I think we're gonna move on from that. I want to thank everybody who watched the VOD, everybody who came in during this stream. It's been real fun. And yeah, there's no more news. No more news. So goodbye, YouTube. Let's say goodbye to the YouTube frogs. And remember, I don't have anything else to say.